Okay, we're going to go really fast with these questions so that everybody can hopefully, or at least half of you can get your question in.
Yeah, sure.
And don't ask me too many political questions because I just got over that debate. God. Ay, ay, ay. You always have to watch both sides, just so you know what the problems are. Okay, I'm going to get started, so first of all, let me tell you, I'm really happy to be here, and. And while I cannot say that I'm a direct relative of the Bronies, I feel like I'm like a cousin. I was there really early on. I wasn't there at the birth, and I don't have really anything to do with that part. But I was waiting downstairs in the lobby of the hospital and was able to come up and go, oh, wow. Okay, so yes, ma'am.
Why?
She wants to know why Discord betrayed his friends and was friends with Tarek.
Why did Discord betray his friends? Well, I think Discord, and this is actually I'll answer this seriously, since it is a serious question. I think Discord is there in the show to be a lesson, okay? And one of the fun things about the character that I play is that I am completely, I can't say, well, I am. I'm completely narcissistic. And I'm unabashed about how everything is about me. And it was an opportunity for me to have a lesson. Okay, and the one in which I like, now I don't know which one you mean exactly, but the one that comes to mind is the one where I'm very upset about the fact that my friend has another friend, and I get jealous about it, and I love that particular show. Yeah, the one.
Season 4 finale.
What's that?
Tarek, the bad guy.
Okay. And I like that show particularly because I have friends who are not just 8 years old, but 80 years old who need that lesson. And we all need that lesson, so I thought it was a good one. Okay, yes?
So I'm speaking for my mom here. She wants to know what things you carried over from Star Trek into My Little Pony as Q.
Well, when I did My Little Pony, I did the episode and that was it, you know. And it was only in having a conversation with Lauren Faust, who created the show, afterwards, who said to me, and this might have been for the second episode, so it came to me as a real surprise. She said, you're here because when I went to describe the character and what it is that I was trying to do, I was explaining this to the suits, and the suits were kind of going, well, I don't quite know, he's got different body parts, and she finally went, no, he's like Q on Star Trek. And they said, oh my God, do you think we could get Lancie? But I I don't take each character that I've played and apply it to the next one or anything like that. That didn't come to me at all. That just wasn't part of the way in which so the thing that is the same in all of my characters that I've ever played, from when I started when I was 14 years old, is that it's me playing it. That's the same, and it's filtered through me. But it's not. I don't think of Discord as being Q. But I can tell you one of the reasons in which it sounds pretty close to it is that every character that's written, every script that's written, has its own rhythm and inner sense about it. And clearly, the way it was written, the Discord part, was written with that in mind, but nobody said that to me. So if you're hearing an unusual similarity, it's because I'm just riding the waves of this particular script, and they happen to be intentionally, unbeknownst to me, but intentionally like the Q character. Yes.
Okay, so this is going to kind of come out of nowhere, but and sorry if anybody asked you this question yesterday because I wasn't here. What was it like working on Breaking Bad and working with that character? And I forget the actor's name, but the guy who played Walter. What was it like working with him?
I forget. Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I've worked on many different shows, but you know, within a matter of an hour or so, when you walk on the set, you know whether it's a hit show or not. You just know, because everybody's at the top of their game. Everybody, the makeup people, the costumes, everybody is giving particular attention to things. There's a scene, those of you who are Breaking Bad, scene, when I come in and I find my daughter in bed with Jesse. Okay, and I grab him and I drag him down the hall, and and we're in the little living room. It was a bungalow that we were shooting in. It was a practical set. I mean, it was a real location. Normally, in a regular television show, that would be shot in maybe about 4 or 5 hours at the most. At the most. It's a 3-page scene. You usually have 8 to 9 pages a day. You can't go 15 hours. It might have been the main scene of that day, but 5 hours would have been more than the amount of time. They had 2 cameras rolling at all times, and we started that scene at 10:30 in the morning, and we didn't finish until 7 at night. And part of the job that you have as an actor is that there's a lot of work that's going on around you, but your job is to come there ready to go. So there's a lot of tension. And ready to go means word perfect, to the T. And so I'm ready to go, and it's hard. But you usually get 1 or 2 takes, so you can imagine it's a very tense atmosphere. 3 takes, and people are you're thinking, oh my God, I've really done a bad job. Well, I'm in it the first take. Okay, let's do another take here. Okay, let's do another take, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm screwing up. It isn't that the lines are not right; they don't like what I'm doing. Ooh, and I'm getting kind of self-conscious about it. And I realized a few takes later, no, they're working as well. So they're back in the video village, which has 5 or 6 monitors there, and the line producer, the director, the writer, the executive producer, the DPs, everyone is watching, and they're picking stuff up because they've got 2 cameras rolling. They're looking at a lot of different footage, and they're going, oh, you know what we could do. So you're thinking what they're saying is God, why did we hire this Lancie guy? But in point of fact, what they were saying was, I really liked it when he grabbed him on that shoulder there, and in that look that he gave the daughter when he was saying, let's do it again, and let's make sure that we adjust the camera in such a way that we can. And then when that became evident that that was what was going on, all of a sudden, and this happens for most actors, and myself included, all of a sudden you relax. You go, oh, this is not about me. This is about working. And then you relax and you kind of go, okay, we're going to start working here. And so that was one of the things that made that show so different. And I've been on other shows, Aaron Sorkin shows, West Wing was that way. Sometimes LA Law was that way. Star Trek was that way. I can't, I've been doing this for too long. I can't remember the other ones, but okay, yes.
Hi. First off, I just want to say Discord is my favorite character in the show. Glass of Water is my favorite song in the show. When I heard you were going to be singing I Died, I was like, I died and went to heaven.
When I heard I was going to be singing I Died. That is the first song I have ever sung. I take that back. There was one other. I was in a musical, the only musical I've ever been in, back when I first started, which would have been 1976, I guess, after I finished school. I was in this musical, and when usually it's if things are very, very popular, what happens is that the director leaves after about a month, and then it goes into the hands of the producer, and then the producer, as they extend the show, oh God, okay, we're going to extend for another couple of months. Okay, well then the producer's going to be the head person, and we kept on extending until it finally got to the musical guy who was the composer, and the first thing he did, and this is 2 weeks before the end of the run, which had been now extended like 6 months. The first thing he did was fire me. And put somebody in who could actually sing the songs well. So when I was told you're going to be doing this song, I went, oh, no, I'm paid not to sing. All right, I'm sorry, so go on.
Now my question is, when you are playing the role of Discord, do you have any mindset I have to think you're thinking like a certain personality in mind? Because as a stage actor myself, I normally want to get into a mindset of how I want to feel as a character. Do you ever do that when you're playing Discord?
Well, if you get into a mindset about how you feel, then you tend to be general, and you don't want to be general. I'm giving you an acting thing here. What you have to do is heighten what you want. And in characters like this, who are sort of, as I said before, bald-faced egotists and completely off the you just heighten. Everything is heightened. So it's not. I'm not in a mindset of a character. I'm just wanting something even more. That is, so that's what I heighten, and that's what I'm thinking of. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Yeah. Yes.
First heard about bronies and what they were about. How did you feel?
Really weird. I don't know. That's pretty much it. Yes.
Hey, John. So a few years ago, is that a might remember you and your friend Michael Bruckoff made this little documentary movie about some little fandom. You know, you might remember that. You actually hired me on as a PA, you and Mr. Bruckoff, for that film, and I wanted to thank you guys personally because it was since you gave me that opportunity that I'm currently employed at my current studio job.
Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, I do. I reckon it's far away, but I'm recognizing.
I didn't have blue hair at the time.
Yeah, it comes with the territory.
Yeah, we ate steak together. I wanted to ask if you and Mr. Bruckoff, Michael, are doing anything together upcoming soon, or if you have any more projects.
We might. We were going to get involved. I put together a team. For which Lauren was also involved, I'm very concerned about the whole I'm very concerned about the whole notion that religious fundamentalism has insinuated itself into science. And so I've put together a team to do that. We've been having some difficulties actually deciding on exactly what we're going, what the issue. You know, it's really amazing to me. You think you know the stuff really well, but then you get in with scientists, and you know they have. So it's been difficult getting people to sign off on exactly what's going to be said. And I'm like, come on, guys. So that's been a little bit deep six because then I went and did a play, and then I went and did, you know, I had a lot of other work to do. But I think I have a little bit of time coming up here, and we're going to be revisiting that.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I'm glad you're in the profession.
I appreciate everything.
Okay.
May I have a glass of water, please?
Well, not this water. Do you know that do you know there's a famous thing in Star Trek lore about a glass of water? Do you know the story?
Oh, yeah.
It's a weird one.
Go for it.
I was at a convention years and years and years ago, and I was really sick. I just was sick, and people could see it that I was sick. But I was there, and I was doing my job and what have you. And I was drinking out of a glass of water, and I left the stage. Goodbye, thank you so much. And a guy jumped onto the stage, grabbed the water, and he goes, "I have the Q virus." Okay, yes.
Is it ever hard talking as an evil, egotistical, immortal being?
For me, not a moment's difficulty. Okay, next.
Hi, this is my second convention, and before I ask you two questions, I just want to say I like the way your character felt in the episode with Tree Hugger, and it is also the episode where we get to see Discord's house for the first time, because it was mentioned in Freeze a Crowd.
Yes.
Will we see more of Discord the rest of season 5, or like the second half?
Oh, you know what? I don't know what seasons I'm in.
The fifth season.
Yeah, no. I mean, I can just tell you this. I don't know. 3 weeks ago, I did another one. So, but I think I'm sort of on like once a year, right? Something like that. Yes. For those of you who keep track. Yeah. Yeah.
It's spaced about 1 to 2 a season.
1 to 2 a season. Well, I just did one recently, and I don't know what season that's going to be in.
Okay, now this is.
Okay, but that was it. I have to go to this other person. Okay. Yes.
If you could change one thing about Discord, what would it be and why?
Oh, you young one. You know, I was sort of asked that a couple of days ago, I guess. I spend a lot of time on the water. I don't know if, I think you know, I do a lot of sailing. I sail to the South Seas and back, so I spend a lot of time on the water. I would love for Discord to have the capability of going in the water, and to have the ability to sort of change himself so that all of those multiple body parts be called multiple aquatic body parts. Yes.
Hey, I'm mainly here to see you. My kids are here, but I'm here to see you. I'm excited. But anyway, and the only thing I could think of was last second. No, but I was just like, no. Could you do a line from Star Trek Next Generation? Like a line as Q? Like, do you remember any that you could just, I don't know.
What? Like what?
Like,
Mon Capitaine? There we go. There, I just did it. If you were all quiet, you would have heard. Picard. You're an idiot. Duh. See, these are all the lines that you missed. There's a line, I love the fact everyone talks this way. We all talk this way to each other now. It's totally recorded. Everything's recorded. Okay. Yes, go on.
Hi, why is Discord so mean to Angel?
Because she deserves it. And now you wonder why I'm playing the role? No, I see you're actually kind of upset by my answer. She only deserves it sometimes. Yes?
What was your initial thought when you were asked to star in a show about pastel ponies learning friendship?
What say that again?
What was your initial reaction when you were asked to star in a show about pastel ponies learning about friendship?
Well, it actually goes, it's even less than that. This is what I was told. John, it's Tom. Hi, Tom. You have an offer. This is my agent, by the way. You have an offer, okay. It's for, and I didn't even say, what? I said, I asked the three questions. I need to see the material. How much? When? That's what actors, that's what everybody in the end has to ask. And I went, okay. They sent me, they said they'd like an answer as soon as you can. And I said, listen, I'm at my desk right now. So, fax me, or not fax me, but email me the material and I'll read it right now. And I read it and I got maybe about 3 pages into it. And I went, this is well written. See, my job is reading scripts and I can tell very quickly. I went, oh, yeah, well written, yeah. It's a children's show. It's you know, what's going to happen? Something really bad? Of course not. I mean, something I'm going to be ashamed of being involved in? No. So when they need it right away, I went, read 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 pages. And I went, okay, yeah, I'll do it. Great, done. And it wasn't until I got to the studio, they said, my little pony, my little pony. I went, oh, that's it. But I have ass backed my way into so many things, I can't tell you. You might enjoy this story. I'll do it really quickly. I don't want to eat it, but it just it goes, I tend to say yes to things, okay? Therefore, the whole notion of risking, I think, is a good notion. You're not going to get anywhere by saying no. So you have to say yes. I was auditioning in San Francisco. I was preparing for an audition. And and there was a theater that had a number of rooms, and I had reserved a room to work for an hour on my audition, to then do it, this was a Saturday, to do it on Sunday for the Old Globe. And as I went into the room, there were all these kids around me, my age, and they were auditioning like for somebody who was literally in the other room there. So I went into this room and I worked by myself for an hour. When I came out, none of the kids were there, but the guy was there, this old guy. So I knocked and I said, are you auditioning? And he said, yes. I said, I don't have an appointment, but I'd like to audition. He said, okay. I said, I have this really important audition tomorrow, and if you don't mind, I'd like to just show it to you, and if you have anything to say, that would be really helpful. So I did the audition, and he said, all right, okay. He said, I want you to sing Happy Birthday to yourself for a party that for your own party that no one has come to. So I did that. He said, I want you to sing Happy Birthday to your dog who has died. I said, okay. And he said, and I'm like, I wasn't going, oh, like I was going, what? And I said, well, what do you think of my audition? And he said, well, how would you like to come to Juilliard? And I went, well, Juilliard's a music school. He said, no, well, we also have an acting school. I said, no, I'm not good at school. What did you think of my audition? And he said, well, it was good. We might be able to give you a scholarship to come there. No, I'm just not interested. Not interested. Maybe a stipend for living and stuff like that. I went, no, you don't understand. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to school. But do you have any things to say about my audition? He said, well, I thought it was good. I said, okay. And as I left, he said, can I get a number for you? And he said, and I said, well, my parents, because I'm going to be getting that audition tomorrow. I'm going to be probably in San Diego, but in any case, my parents. So I went to that audition in San Diego. I didn't get the job. And my father called me about 3 weeks later, and he said, did you audition for Juilliard? I went, well, no. Well, kind of. I mean, not really. Do you know who you were auditioning for? I said, no. John Houseman. Most of you don't know, but it was like, the president or something. And he said, and I said, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to school. I've had it up to here with school, and I'm not very good with school. And he said, but in any case, that's how so I asked back my way into Juilliard because I ended up taking it. So, okay. Yes.
First off, you're funny. Second off, yes, I said that. Second off, many people are asked, what is the meaning of life? But to you, Mr. Delancey, I ask, to you, what is the meaning of chaos?
Well, I'm going to answer it in a more, I'm going to turn it around a little bit. I think that the reason that this character has become sort of disproportionately popular, when you consider that it's been 5 episodes I've done, is that I represent kind of naughtiness. And I think naughtiness, chaos, naughtiness, naughty, not mean, not hard, but naughty is actually very attractive and something that people like. It is, and I'm the naughty guy sort of in a bunch of, nice ponies, So I think that has a lot of value, because it also gives something to push against for everybody, for the rest of the story stuff. So, okay.
Hello there. I was just curious about you being as an actor from Star Trek, Stargate, so on, and especially with you writing your books and so on. How has that actually changed your life in any substantial way?
Well, I grew up in Philadelphia. My father was with the Philadelphia Orchestra. I grew up in a very classically based environment. Because I didn't know how to read, I was very dyslexic, still am. Had a lot of issues at school. I mean, I did in fact flunk a grade. I was asked to leave 2 schools. We didn't have television at the house. They pulled it out because I had to learn how to read. I never was really involved in popular culture. I just wasn't. When my friends were all involved in the music of the times, I wasn't. I was going to the orchestra all the time. So it's very strange for me, in a way, to be involved in popular culture. It took a while with Star Trek for somebody to say, you've had a really major, you're one of the major characters in science fiction. I thought, really? I just hadn't, it hadn't occurred to me. This is the first time, and I'm long in the tooth now, this is the first time where I've begun to understand, I am involved in popular culture. And so my involvement here is something that I can embrace more fully and enjoy more, because I kind of understand it a little bit more. Whereas before, these other shows, doing a soap opera, I've never seen a soap opera, I know, but you still remember that, yeah. Yeah. But I sort of didn't get it at the time. I didn't get it. So, all right, yeah.
Okay, well, first, Q is probably arguably not only the best character in Star Trek, but probably the best thing in Star Trek. However, when I got up to Deep Space Nine, I was a little disappointed about the lack of Q in that. I know there was that one episode where he appeared, and that was great, don't get me wrong, but why was there a lack of Q in Deep Space Nine?
I was having dinner with Michael Dorn and Armin a couple of nights ago.
Oh, okay.
Shimmerman. And they were talking about the difference between Next Gen and Deep Space Nine. And they just kept on saying that there was a world of difference. Next Gen was a much more kind of open show. There was a lot of laughing and camaraderie, a big sense of, isn't this fun, and aren't we doing, we're doing something special. Apparently, Deep Space was a much, not only in tone, the show itself, but just on the set, was a much darker, much more problematic show. My one episode on that was not a particularly enjoyable one for me, because the character, the Q character, works best in big philosophical questions. And whether I love Vosh or not is of such little interest. And there's nothing really to work with. So that's what I know about Deep Space. And I just don't think that I would have been hesitant about going back, Yes, yes.
What were your first thoughts about Discord's character?
What were my first thoughts about Discord's character? That he's a big baby. He's a big, big baby. And it's fun playing him. I get to have a tantrum every other page. Yes.
Hello, my liege.
Hello.
Well, I have two questions. First off,
One question.
Okay, well, then. Let me think. Okay, well, if you could play the Joker in any form of Batman, would you?
If I could have played the Joker in Batman, would I have?
Yes.
Well, of course, yes. Yes.
Of all of the roles that you've had, have you found yourself collecting merchandise or collectibles of any of those characters out of a fondness?
Yes, I have. That is actually, that's fabulous what you've got there. Yes, I mean, you know, some of them, Vince, who wrote Breaking Bad, sent a wonderful poster to us. So I have that. I have a Q thing. I do have I have that cutout, that wonderful cutout. The guy's here. I don't know. It's multiple pieces of paper. I don't know.
Oh, the paper pony. The paper pony. It's like a shadow box.
In the shadow box of Discord. So yeah, those are fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Not sure if you remember me from last night. I got your autograph. Thank you for that as well.
I completely remember you.
My question is, like, I'm pretty sure you've had multiple people may have come up to you asking about advice for, I'm kind of thinking about taking this type of career path of being an actor, or at least a voice actor in a way. I guess my question would be, what would be the best type of advice you can give to someone who want to try to get a stepping start to it?
Okay, my advice, where do you live?
I live up in Danbury, Connecticut.
In where?
Danbury, Connecticut.
Okay, my advice is to exhaust all of the possibilities in your own hometown. The last place you want to go is New York and Los Angeles, okay? So exhaust everything that you have there. Also, my advice is that acting is not a state of being. Acting is a sport. And just like running, you can't call yourself a marathon runner unless you run marathons, or a sprinter unless you sprint. Well, you have 365 days of the year. Try to fill them up with acting. Not acting out, acting. Okay? And you use all of the community things that you have there. And once you've exhausted those, and you're still standing, then you can think about the next place. Yeah.
Mr. Lancie, if it's okay with you, I'd like to give you this drawing I drew of Discord.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Hi, I was going to ask if you could yell, "Do it."
Do
Just
it.
do it.
Do it. Okay. Okay. Yes.
My name is Laura, and I'm a fan of both Next Generation as well as MLP. My question is, what is one of the positive aspects that both Trekkers and Bronies have in common?
They have both, out of nothing, created a community. Okay? And I think it's both easier to do and also much more difficult to do in this day and age. It is more difficult to do because we live much more isolated lives. And yet it's also technologically, which is a double-edged sword, makes it somewhat easier to do. So I'm sure that there are people here. I sat with a young man who came up to me as I was getting ready to go on the plane in Philadelphia, or in Los Angeles to come here, and he was coming here from Australia. So, and I'm sure he only knew about this because of, the internet and, blah, 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 blah. So, and he was coming here to be part of the community. So I think it's both easier and sometimes more difficult, but I think that that's the two things. I mean, this has created this tent under which people can congregate. Yeah.
Thank you.
If you were if Discord turned into a princess, how would Discord react to that?
My grandfather used to say, I'm only going to give you part of what he says. I think you can fill in the rest. If my aunt had, she'd be my uncle. He used to say this all the time. These are the most difficult of questions. What would happen if I became a princess? Nothing good, I think. Go ahead.
I'm glad people can't see through me because I'm screaming like a giddy little schoolgirl. First, I would like to quickly tell you that you've been an indirect influence on my writing career. Thank you very much. And also, if you were to send Cheese Sandwich anywhere in the Star Trek universe to bring happiness, where would you send him, or Pinkie Pie?
I can't have heard this properly. If I were to send a cheese sandwich?
I'm sorry.
To any person in the universe?
Cheese Sandwich is he's a character based on Weird Al.
Is it lunchtime already? Are you that hungry? I would send my cheese sandwich to you.
Thank you.
You see, I could be a politician. I know how to deflect certain questions now, don't I? Yes.
Yes, I have a couple friends who couldn't make it to the con this time. Would you mind, they're on the phone right now, could you say hello to them?
Of course I'm going to stop everything that I'm doing in front of all of these people and talk to your friends on the phone.
You are most gracious, my lady.
Yeah, but thank you. Yes. Todd? Todd? What are you wearing, Todd?
Do you think Discord would ever return back to evil?
Evil is as evil does. Well, you know what? One of the things is that okay, enough of Todd. On Days of Our Lives, I came into that show and they wanted a psychopath, but I saw they need a comedian. I can play a psychopath who has a sense of humor. But then as time went on, they began to write me funny. And I said to them, you know, if you take me too far up, closer to the ceiling, I don't have any maneuverability. And I'm going to start having to undercut. It goes the same thing here. If you write, I started out with the characters, you know, evil. I mean, how evil could it be? But in any case, it's evil, right? But if they sort of neutralize me too much, I lose some of that element. And so I would hope, and I know in this last one, I was a little concerned with, I forget, one of the episodes I did. Okay, Twilight's Kingdom. I was a little concerned it was getting too, you know, too sparkly. And so this last one, I could feel that we were trending back towards a little darker, which allows a greater range. Okay, so I'm hoping that I do actually stay in that zone where you're just not quite sure. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just say it is such an honor to be talking with you. You are one of my inspirations to become a voice actor, and I'm just glad that I get to talk to you. My question is, do you strongly believe that Discord should be one of the princesses?
The Princess of Chaos.
Why not?
That's right. Okay, yes. Yes.
You have an amazing voice. And con-wise, do you think Star Trek Con or BronyCon is more fun?
They are, there's no question that a Brony convention is a lot more colorful.
Oh, geez. First of all, my mom loves you as Q, favorite character of all time, and I'm like in love with you. Even though you're way older than I am, I don't care. My question is, how did you feel when they asked you to come back to the show after the second season? It's like when you got asked back to continue as a character on the show.
Which show?
My Love Pony, sorry.
Oh, okay. I was happy about it. I mean,
Did you know they were going to ask you about
I
it? I
didn't know. Yeah, no, there are no conversations. There are just no conversations that I would have with them. I don't know who the powers that be are, and I never ask. You know, it's a little bit like asking if you're going to be invited to your friend's dinner party. Okay? You don't really, you would like to be invited, but you don't sort of ask. You know that there's a dinner party going on, but, I'm just not asked, that's all. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, John. My question is actually a Breaking Bad related question. I got into the series kind of late. I started watching it like a few months ago, but I did see the second season. And I was kind of curious as to your character, Donald Margolis, because his ultimate fate was kind of left kind of open. And I wondered if you had any thoughts about what maybe, did he survive that? Can I say this? Is this a spoiler for some? All right. At the end, as you know, he was admitted, you hear on the radio that he was admitted in the hospital for a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and that's the last you ever hear of him. Thank you. But do you have any insight as to what you think his ultimate fate would have been, or did Vince ever give you any insight into that? Because I know he likes to be kind of vague deliberately with his characters.
No, I was not given anything. I mean, I sort of think of him, psychologically as somebody who's living under a bridge right now. You know, but no, I haven't. I just did a interview for the Boston papers about that. They're doing a big thing about it, so they asked me that same question. But no. Again, it goes back to the thing that, you know, interestingly enough, for a show, the last component of any show are the actors.
Thank you.
If you were offered, would you go on Doctor Who?
Oh, yeah, I would like to be on Doctor Who.
As well.
I got close to it with Torchwood, but it would be fun to be on Doctor Who.
John Delancey as Fourth Doctor. 14.
Yes.
If you had the power of Discord, what was the first thing you would do?
I would zap you. I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know. Go ahead.
How different is Q from Discord?
I love that outfit. That's a great outfit. Yeah. What's that?
How different is Q from Discord?
How what?
How different is Q from Discord? Like.
How different is Q from Discord? Wow. I haven't even thought about it because I don't even think of them as being the same. You think of them as being the same, and I guess Lauren thought of them as being the same. But I just don't really think of them as being the same. I don't think of them as being the same. Yeah.
I just want to say it was a delight hearing your voice in Assassin's Creed 3 as Desmond's father. And but I wanted to ask about your most memorable fan encounter, either in or out of a convention. Up to you.
The most what?
Memorable fan encounter. It could be a Brony, a Trekkie.
Well,
anyone.
there was
memorable
one, but
either
it was a Star Trek one. I mean, but I think you've heard it about in New York. Have you heard that one? No. I'm walking down the street in New York a number of years ago now, and you know the blocks are sort of short, and it was twilight, and I was in a neighborhood. I was up in the upper hundreds on the west side, and you're always scanning. You know, you're always sort of looking like that. And I saw this guy get onto the step onto the block, pretty much when I did. And I saw this guy, and he was, even from 40 yards away, he was really scary looking. I mean, he's a big, scary looking guy. So I'm walking like that, but on my eyes, and all of a sudden, I see that his eye catches mine. And so I'm continuing to walk, but I'm now walking like this. And he walks like that. And then I kind of go a little bit like this, and he comes this way. And now he gets right up to me. And I'm thinking, this was it. I'm going to get mugged. You know, I have my hands out of my pocket, and my knees are a little bent, just in case. And he breaks that personal, space. And he goes like this. Are you Q? I went, yeah. Can you bring people back from the dead? I said, only people I like. Cool. And he walked on. Yeah.
What's your favorite My Little Pony episode that you worked on?
Say it again.
Oh, what's your favorite My Little Pony episode that you worked on?
Well, I really like the first one, and the one in which I remember mostly of late. You have to understand, It isn't, I know that you watch these things many, many, many times. But I have never, there are a number of shows that I've been on for the last many years that I've never even seen. And I have never seen any show of mine more than once. And many of them I've never seen. So when I say to you, I know, just hold on, you're going to have to hold on to her. She's going to just collapse on the floor. That I don't have many recollections of My Little Pony or, frankly, Star Trek the show like that, because we see it from a different point of view. The one in which I liked quite a bit was, again, the one about jealousy. And this next one goes very close to an issue which I'm not going to tell you about, which I go, oh, this is very interesting. They are now beginning to use the show as a way to actually talk to this audience. Yeah.
Yes, John. Hi, John. I've seen episodes of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic where Discord dresses up in outfits. I've seen him dress up as Mary Poppins in an episode.
I'm a very festive guy.
My question is, do you or not heard of Thomas the Tank Engine? Thomas the Tank Engine's the train from Chinatown Station. If there was an episode of Discord dressing up as Sir Topham Hatt, how would you feel about that?
You have the advantage of me, sir. I don't know what you're referring to. But given the way I usually am, I'd say, yeah, sure.
Can you give us some hints to us what the new episode is going to be about?
I already have. I told you it's a glue factory and... You can get Fluttershy in a bottle, a little squeeze bottle. It's a good thing I'm only on once a year, isn't it? Yes.
I'm kind of nervous here. So I watched a video. It's called like the top 10 funniest villains in cartoons, and you were number 10 with Discord. How do you feel about that?
Does that mean I'm the lowest? I'm upset that I'm the lowest. I just found out about it. I'm delighted. That's good. Okay.
I think you should be number 1, though.
What if Discord met the Sirens?
What if I wrote them?
It's from Rainbow Rocks.
Met them. What should I say? What should I say? What's that? I would sing with them.
Mr. Delancey, have you ever met Weird Al Yankovic?
No, but I used to listen to his stuff, so it's great. Yeah. He's the one of. I love his character of Cheese Sandwich.
If Q and
I feel like Ronald Reagan.
If Q and Discord were ever to meet, how would each of them react?
If Q or Discord,
If Q and Discord were ever to meet, how would they react?
probably not well. Yes.
Hi, I'm John Lancie, or my liege, as you're called. I have a gift and a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, wait, should I walk up and read the gift?
Well, why don't you ask your question first?
Okay, I know my brother is probably going to kill me for asking you to do this, but can you sing in front of the entire crowd, "It's a Small World"?
Can I say it's a small world?
Do it! Do it!
Don't start that song.
Wait, what?
Okay. Yes.
We're out of time.
You're out of time.
We're out of time.
You're the one who's going to say that? Do you want to come up here so that they can stone you?
Yeah, kill the messenger.
So my sister, though.
The man is only doing his job.
Sir, my sister has the gift.
Oh, thank you. It's been great fun. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.